First of all, I want to say a very big thank you for sharing my story, for liking my story, and most importantly, for subscribing to my story. I cannot thank you enough. Thank you so very much. This means a lot to me. This tells me that people are listening, people are learning from my story, and I cannot appreciate you enough. And this story, they are my story, real life story, raw stories. I thank you so much for subscribing. Continue to share and continue to like. Thank you so very much. Also, I mentioned in my other episodes that I won't be naming names in my stories. 2 reasons why I won't be doing that. First of all, I don't want my story to deviate from me and focus on them. Secondly, I still have respect for them, even though some of them still annoy me. But yes. So today we want to talk about how I buried my father. So before then, let me tell you how I received the news that my dad had passed. So I was getting ready to go to work one fateful day, and as I was about entering my car, I received a call from my eldest sister. And then she said, Romondi, they call me Romondi. My 3 names, Rose, Omone, Odie, Romondi. My dad gave me that nickname. So anyways, my eldest sister said, Romondi, brace up, I have something to tell you. I was like, what? She said, okay, man, don't die. So let me deviate a little bit. Okay, man, we have nicknames for my mom and my dad. May their soul rest in peace. My mom is okay, Miss Strong Woman. My dad is okay man, strong man. So we call them okay Miss and okay man, not in their presence or when they were alive, or because they will finish us with small salt. So anyways, she called me and she told me that okay man, don't die. So when she told me that my dad had passed, you would think that I will hold the phone, I will yell, I will throw myself on the ground and all that stuff. No, I braced up, breathed for had a long breath. After like a minute, I got in my car and I went to work. When I got to work, I sat down there and cried for a good 5 minutes. The reason why I cried, not because I didn't treat my dad well when he was alive. I cried because I'm going to miss that man that gives me wahala. That man that is always, okay, let me pause. The reason why I said the man that gives me wahala. When I brought him to the States, right? He said he wanted to come to the States. We made all the arrangement thanks to my eldest sister. She made all of that possible. Brought my dad to the States. 3 days later, this man saying, "Want go back to Nigeria?" Excuse you? As we take arranged things, bring you, call me Yankee, and then 3 days later you say you won't go back. Don't do that to me. So that was how we were going back and forth, and he ended up staying for 2 whole weeks. After that, now we sent him home, and then when we sent him home now, like a month and change after, he told my eldest sister that he wanted to come see me. My eldest sister said, okay man wants to come to Yankee. I said, no wahala. When it was time for me to bring him now, he said, oh no, that he has something to do in church. I should wait, that we'll go tomorrow. This is not how it works, but Popsy don't want to understand it. But anyway, no, come worry. I now had to rebook my flights, rebook our flights, so to speak, and all that. Then when we came here now, they never break. Okay, man say he won't go back. So this is what we've been doing back and forth. This man has been giving me wahala. He said, no, it's too cold. If it's not too cold today, he's missing his friends tomorrow. There was a time he even told me that I should carry his friends. Is it possible to bring 2 of his friends to America? I said, me bring 2 of your friends to America as per what now? As per I be president, brother. I be president. I be president, sister. I be president. relation. I mean get country where I go, they carry people, they come anyhow. So we went back and forth, and after a while he said he was going home. And mind you, anytime my dad comes to Yankee, he will not stay more than 2 weeks. Guy man go back. And I was now wondering, say, which kind wahala is this one? You know what, the next time I take him to back to Nigeria, I'm not bringing him back again. No, he said I will not. You shouldn't worry, that he's fine. As soon as I drop, I mean, no go reach 2 days, the guy go call me again saying they come. So this is what we've been going through, back and forth. So so when he passed, when I heard the story that he passed, that was one of the reasons why I cried. I really cried for a good 5 minutes. So because in my country, in where I come from, it's not, there's a way you will cry and cry, they will be like, what's going on here? And there's a way you will cry and cry, they will not tap you and say, okay, enough of that crying, you have to start making preparations on how to bury, like the dead. So I went to work that day. I told my co-workers, I had a meeting, and I told my colleagues that, listen, my dad passed. He passed this morning. They were looking at me like a strange woman. Your dad passed and you're still here. Go home. If I go home, what will I be doing at home? Some people don't know how to manage stress, how to manage crisis, how to manage emotions like that. But not me, because I remember growing up, I don't know if I say this in my older episode, but I'm going to say it again. My dad used to tell me that when all his children go into the forest, right, he's going to bring them back. He's going to find a way to bring them back. But when me, I enter forest, he go just relax, because he knows I go find my way, come back. When he said this, when I was growing up, I was really upset. I was asking myself that, is it that this guy no love me or what? But it was when I grew up now, when I started doing things, that I now had to put 2 and 2 and realized the meaning of what my dad told me growing up, So I've always known that I know how to maneuver. I know how to maneuver situations when it's not really like cool. I know how to manage stress. I know how to manage like emotions and all that stuff. I'm not trying to be vainglorious. I'm not trying to praise myself, but there are certain things that how to do, and these are things that I can do. I cannot sit down now and say I'm hungry. No, I will pluck plantain leaf, I will carry stone and mix it up together, it will become food. That's the kind of person I am. I am a survivor. I'm a hustler. I know how to put things together. Anyways, back to what I was saying. So I told my colleagues that day that my dad had passed. They were telling me to go home. I smiled. I said, no, if I go home, what will I do? What will I be doing there, so to speak? So, and besides, my dad is dead. I have to start making arrangement for burial, So after that, every time I think about him while at work, my heart would just beat. And at the same time, I knew that I was going to do what I'm supposed to do as his child. I am going to give him a befitting burial. And now let me pause a bit. For those of us who think that you're not taking care of your parents now, you better start taking care of your parents now. It's not when your parents now die, you will now go and kill Nama, kill cow, build this, do that. I know of one man that used to send his dad 20,000 naira every month, which is in dollars is like between $10 to $20 or $10 to $15 thereabout. I don't know what the exchange rate right now, but that's the kind of money that he gives to his dad every month. And when the dad died, this guy went and built what I don't know, built this, built that, invited the cream de la cream, attended that event, invited the who to the burial. I was just looking at this man like, it's not the same guy that used to give his dad 20,000 naira. Is there something that I'm missing here? So you just be living the life. You just be enjoying yourself. You be giving your parents one 10,000 naira, 20,000 naira. And then when your parents now die now, you will now use helicopter to carry the casket from point A to point B. You will now kill all the cow. You will now invite the creme de la creme. Meanwhile, when the man or the woman, your mom or your dad was alive, you didn't take care of him or her. So who are you trying to impress? If the dead can talk, I'm sure your mom or your dad would have woken up and given you the beating of your life, you know. So anyways, back to my story. So at that period, I started working overtime. And then I sent a message. I sent several messages to, like my friends, 1 or 2 groups that I was in and all that stuff, to tell them that, hey, my dad passed. And I don't want to receive calls at that time, because one thing about it is, when you tell somebody that your dad passed, right, they will call you, they will sympathize with you, and then they will start asking you questions, and that's when they will now ask you what killed him. How did he die? Did he sleep like this to die, or did he stand to die? All that questions. And remember that this person that told you that her dad passed, it's grieving, but even in that grief, they'll be asking you your question. Anyway, so I sent messages out and told people that, hey, my dad passed, but I will not be able to receive calls, but I will respond to messages. And everybody, that was when people who I don't even talk to, people who are not even close to me, they started sending me, all those condolence messages, So now let me pause there a little bit. In this life, right, people low-key, they love to hear negative, bad things about you. Low-key, you think that they like you. Some people love to hear negative things about you. Say you lost somebody, or you lost your job, or you lost something. People derive pleasure. Some people derive pleasure in hearing bad things. And then when they hear it, now they'll be the first to call or to send messages. You will now think that person likes you. Not lie, I'm talking from experience. The people that I don't like, the people that I like, the people that I don't know, the people that I know, everybody started sending me condolence messages, which is okay. And I needed it at that time, So fast forward now, it was now time to make preparations for the burial of my dad. Now, this is where I want to tell you the story. My brother, my eldest brother, that's supposed to be the Diokpara, the first son, he said we should contribute money and give to him. So when we contribute money and give to him, he's going to make the necessary arrangement. You're making necessary arrangement as per what now? Are you the only one that the man gave birth to? So we started going back and forth, and then my eldest sister said we should not continue with that. One of these days, I'm going to tell us the story of that my elder brother, and I want you to learn from it as well. So anyways, my elder sister said we shouldn't worry about it. Before you could say Jack Robinson, my eldest brother has gone to bury my dad. No ceremony, no nothing. You went to bury my dad. Our dad is not like this man is your own papa alone. My papa, my siblings' papa. You went and you buried him without informing us. I still feel pained. I did not get to see my dad before he was laid to rest. And I'm sure nobody knows about this, but I just have to say it. I did not get to touch my dad before he died. I did not see him before he was laid to rest. My brother deprived me of that. So he went behind our back and buried my father. Which is more like some people say like it's I don't know, it's really not something that I wish for my enemy. Even if you're in disagreement with your parents, when they pass, courtesy demands that you go there and you show your respect, you know. So my elder sister said not to worry about it. It was really painful, but the kind of person I know that I am, I would have brought down thunder, brimstones and all that, but we just kept it low. Nothing. He went ahead to bury my dad, right? Okay. So my sister said they should make sure that to find out where my dad was buried. We found out where my dad was buried and everything. She said, no problem, we're still going to do you know, like the celebration of life, you know. I said, okay. So here in New York, I called my friends. We set up a committee of friends, and I want to use this opportunity to thank all those who contributed in kind, in cash, who were there for me. I cannot appreciate you enough. Thank you so much from the bottom of my heart. That was when I actually knew that I had people. They donated money. I had to put that money together, and I did a like a wake up celebration for my dad here, because you know, a lot of my community, they know my dad. My dad used to attend, you know, church and events here, so they really know my dad. So they supported me, and they were all there, you know. So I celebrated my dad here in New York, and then made another arrangement to celebrate my dad back home. That was in October. So now we're doing the one in October, right? We're planning the celebration of life for my dad back in Nigeria. I called his brother and I told the brother, his brother said he cannot attend because he has what did he use? A phobia for dead bodies. Oh, Benny, did I not tell you that my brother, your nephew buried your brother? So what are you saying you are having phobia for dead bodies for? Are you going to see there? Are we going to burial grounds to bury this man? It's not to have a celebration of life. Anyway, that's another way of him telling us that he's not going to participate, you know. And maybe he was thinking that we're going to ask him for money, right? But that one no happen. Now, let me tell you something. I'm going to pause it right there. You see this life, right? You think that you have people, you have family members, right? Okay, wait for something to happen to your enemy. That's where you know that these family members is just to come and gather and chop. And then when God forbid something happens to you, they'll be the first people to talk about you, to carry the matter out there, you know. So I told my uncle did not even answer me. I sent a message to my auntie, my father's brother. That one no even answer me. You know, none of them were there. They were like, oh, they have this problem. And it's okay because it's not their dad that passed. Because if it's their dad, they would do something. Then on my own, I thought about it. Why will I be calling A, B, and C because my dad died? Wait, pause. Is it not my dad? Is it their dad? Why do I want to give them loads that is not their own? Why do I want to give them responsibilities that is not their own? You know, I thought about it and I told my elder sister, you know what, let's stop telling these people. They think that we're telling them because we want them to give us money. No, we don't want them to give us money. We just want them to participate. But these people now, in their mind, low key, they're thinking that we're calling them so that they can give us money. Make you see family members. And these are the people when my dad was alive, my dad used to help them. My dad used to give them money. At a point, my dad had to fight my mom just to help one of his siblings. And that went on for a while, back and forth, until my elder sister said that we should stop involving my father's people. Stop involving my father's siblings. let us just go ahead and plan this burial. Then we can give them invitations to attend. And that was what we all agreed on. Now, I want to tell us something. I want to pause it right there. You see situations whereby you lost someone. Please don't cultivate that habit of going to start asking people for money. Carry your cross. If it's something that you think that, okay, can you assist me with this? If they say no, don't take it personal. This life is a circle. You understand? Now you can imagine when we told my father's siblings that, look, we want to bury your brother. Oh, this is it, this is the arrangement that we made. And they did not contribute. They started giving us flimsy excuses. Are we going to insult them? Are we going to yap them? No, it's not their fault. It's not their wahala. It is our own wahala. So if they say they're not going to help us, it's okay. It is our dad that died, not their own dad. So I want us to cultivate this habit of not carrying your problems and giving to somebody else. If you have a problem, ask. There's no harm in asking. It's either yes or no. If they say they're going to help, fine. If they say they're not going to help, fine. But look, at the back of your mind, write it down, no? Because when they come to you, you see this thing that they say, when they slap you on this side, you turn the other cheek. No, don't try that nonsense when it comes to helping. Those people who helped you, put it at the back of your mind. When it's time for you to do the same, do not hesitate. Day for who, day for you. That's what my husband will always say. But anyways, back to what I was saying. We did this burial and it came out very nice. And the reason why we were so happy we celebrated my dad was because when he was alive, we treated him well. Now I will pause on this 1 minute. Let me explain something to you. You know, when my dad was in the care of my elder brother that ran to go and bury him, right? When he was in their care, I used to send money to my dad. And then before you know what's happening, the money will disappear. And they'll tell me there's no money anymore. I will now share the money into two. Moving forward, I will send my dad some and I will give them some. But they now realize that money is in my dad's account. They will now go there. As in my brother and his wife, they will now go to the bank and collect that money. They're using my dad as a bank account, bank alert, you know, collecting money, doing all kinds of nonsense in the name of they're helping my dad. I remember that I built this house for my dad. It's not entirely a mansion, but it's something that to keep my dad. Got him a house, but it was too big for him. He can't be staying there by himself. So that's why I told my elder brother to bring his wife so that they can come and stay there. When they came in, they turned that place into something else. Nobody comes into the house. Nobody goes out into the house. Even me, I can't remember the last time I went there. The last time I went there, they broke bottle and they said they're going to use it to stab my enemy. You know, I don't know the reason why they turned like that overnight. But here's what I want to say. In life, right? Whatever you're doing, just do it for the sake of you doing it. Do it for God's sake. Don't do it because you want something in return. Do it so that your mind will be clear. So, when I was sending money to my dad, they were eating the money. My elder sister said, this is what we're going to do. We have to call my dad out of the house and send somebody else to give my dad money. So my brother and maybe I think his wife, whatever, however they treated my dad, we're not aware. I'm sure that's one of the reasons why he quickly went and buried him so that we cannot do autopsy. But me and my other siblings, we buried my dad and we gave him a befitting burial. And our mind is clear because when he was alive, we did wonders for my dad. So we're not going to say that we didn't do well and out of guilty conscience, we were able to give him a befitting burial. No. So now I am going back to what I said earlier. Celebrate your parents now that they are alive. Celebrate your husband now that he's alive. Celebrate your wife now that she's alive. Celebrate your siblings. Do not start doing okamanilo. Okamanilo means that you will be doing for people outside. You will not do for the ones inside. People outside will be singing your praises, will be celebrating, will be hyping you and everything. Meanwhile, inside the house, you are toro, useless. Please, my darlings, what you know you cannot do in the house, do not do it outside. I know some people would rather give people $500,000 outside. Meanwhile, in their house, they can barely give their mom or their dad 30,000 naira. And then those people outside will be hailing you. Meanwhile, those inside will be suffering and be looking at you like, what kind of human being are you? So if you know that you can buy perfume worth of $200 for a woman outside or for a man outside, for whoever outside, and you cannot buy it for your wife or your husband, my dear, you are deceiving yourself. You are the most, I don't want to say stupid human being on earth. You'll be doing for people outside. Meanwhile, the ones inside, they're suffering. If you know you are that kind of person, you have to stop it. Stop that useless attitude, because it doesn't make you any better. You know, in times of emergency, don't think that that person outside will be the one that will help you. Now, the exception is this. If those people outside are always there for you, if those people outside carry you like a family, now that is when you can take care of them. Because, you know, our family members sometimes is wete, bring them, come chop. When it's time for emergency, they will not be there. They will run away, or they start giving you useless excuses. Look at my father's siblings. When my father passed, were they there? I know one of my father's siblings, I don't want to mention if it's a woman or a man, because the person we know, sent 50,000 naira to it. 50,000, yes, it's 50,000 naira for support to bury my dad. 50,000 naira. Okay, it's what she can afford. But remember, when this person was going to study abroad, it was my dad that sponsored that, the education, paid full transportation, trip, flight ticket, round trip, to and fro. My dad did all of that. And this person became a very wealthy person. You need to see her house in Lagos. She sent 50,000. Am I going to be upset with that person, with my father's sibling? No, it's what she can afford. So I'm not going to say, when my dad was this, you did that. When my dad, I'm sorry to say, when my dad, so rest in peace. So, but my dad, if he had spent that money and sent one of his children abroad, it would have been different. Me coming abroad, I came by myself. It's not like my dad brought me to the abroad. Although he paid for my master's after law school to study in the UK, to do my master's in the UK. But because Bele come enter now, that one a story for another day. But what I'm saying is, people, I am talking to you. The things you know you cannot do in the house for those who love you and who you love, don't do it outside. I service full outside. I service day inside house, but he full outside well. Celebrate your mom and your dad now that they are alive. If I have a cause to celebrate my dad again and my mom again, I will do it 1,000-fold. I'm not regretting the fact that they died, or I did not do enough for them. I did enough for them when they were alive. So burying them, I would bury them with my conscience. So for those people that will be giving their dad 10,000 naira, $1, $2, and when their dad passes or their mom passes, they will now celebrate and spend money like no other. You guys should stop it. Stop it. Celebrate your parents. Celebration while you're still alive. Thank you so much. Our next episode will be more interesting. I want you to subscribe. I want you to like, and I want you to share. Thank you.